Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this week's episode of the Thank You Bro podcast. It is a special edition this morning, and it's special because it is currently 7:26 in the morning when we're recording this, and I don't have a desk chair this morning, so I am sitting on my bed because I don't have the time, patience, or money to have a nice setup just yet. But hopefully one day. It's nice to have goals and hopes and dreams. So anyway, with that being said, welcome to this week's episode of the Thank You Bro podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Galloway, with my co-host, Robert Glover.
Robert. All right. Good morning, everyone. Yes, Ryan is on his bed, which means Ryan is also going to be sitting in one place today, which is great for me because I don't have to track his movements. But anyways,
it's better that way. It's more dynamic.
Yeah, it's I don't mind it personally. So,
all right.
But Ryan, happy NBA opening day. Happy birthday, Jaylen Brown. What a combo.
What it's all about right there.
Celtics don't play today.
Tomorrow.
But who does play?
Tomorrow against the New York Knicks. Who?
Against the Knicks? I didn't know that. That's a free win.
Yeah.
At least the Celtics will start off 1-0.
It's exciting.
Western Conference Finals rematch with the future MVP playing. I will let you decide who I'm talking about. Could be one of three players. Who knows? Let's just get right into it. Nuggets. What do you see from the Denver Nuggets going into this season?
Well, I mean, obviously with the Nuggets, you have the best player in the world, the weirdest player in the world, and you have a really solid team from top to bottom. And you're doing something right when teams are literally building their team in such a way to compete against you. Every team right now, if they want to be competitive and they're serious about winning, is making roster moves and trying to build their team in a way that they can adequately defend and score on Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, I mean, like the Lakers went out and got Christian Wood to defend Jokic. Will that stop him? I mean, we'll find out tonight. I mean, if you can hold Jokic to 25, 12 and 12, I think that's it. Yeah, 25, 12, 12. I mean, Jokic is. I honestly think he's an underrated defender now because everyone says he's a traffic cone. He's not that bad, but he's average at best for defense. So
he doesn't need to be an outstanding. He doesn't need to be an outstanding defender.
When you're producing 30, 10, 10 with no sweat, who cares? Like James Harden showed that.
Exactly. It's kind of like my 2K player,
No.
And except I do play good defense. Yeah.
Yeah, that's debatable. Anyways, Nuggets forecasted 53-29. Do you think over or under?
I'm going to take the over on that. I think 53 wins is a little conservative for that squad. I know that they're expecting the West to be very good, and it should be very good and competitive. You have teams like the Suns, the Mavericks, the Lakers, the Clippers.
Yeah. Clippers are a sleeper team. Nope.
Yep.
Sure.
I don't think the Spurs are going to be in a position to make a deep playoff run, but depending on how Wemby is, and I think we texted about it not too long ago. I said that Wemby's going to be amazing, and he's going to win them a lot of games, but I don't want to decide where they're going to finish until I see how the rest of the team steps up.
Yeah.
Because I think that will really depend on everything, because you can't count on a rookie. I don't care how insane he is. You can't count on a rookie to just carry you to the playoffs.
Yeah, and everyone's trying to compare him to Duncan. Duncan had Robinson coming in. Also, that Western Conference is not as good as what it is now. I mean, with all the star power that's in the West. But it's unfair to really compare Wemby to Duncan or LeBron or any one of those players, really. I mean, LeBron took a few years to get to the playoffs, to be to his credit. So we'll see. The bar is set at 3 years. I think you need to give him at least 2 or 3 years before the playoffs for the Spurs. But it's going to be exciting to see for sure because Vassell is improving. Devin Vassell is improving. Keldon Johnson will be good. He's going to be a solid defender. Sohan's now playing at the 1. I mean, it's a big lineup. It is I think it's the largest lineup in basketball at this point. And then don't sleep on Zach Collins. I know you like to sleep on the GOAT, but just signed an extension. He's a solid 3 and D.
He did just sign an extension.
Yeah, he's a solid 3 and D center. He's about average size, 7 foot, but we'll see. I mean, the really one that's really oversized is Sohan at the 1, and then Wemby at the 4. It's a very, very tall 4, as you know. Him and Porzingis, very, very odd outliers in basketball. But yeah, so enough of that. Nuggets favored by 4.5. You like that line for tonight?
I do. I think it's going to be close. It's the season opener. Both teams are fantastic. You got LeBron. You got Jokic. I think that. Wow, that was loud. I think that. I think the Nuggets definitely take this. I think Jokic has a big game because Christian Wood is not going to be stopping him.
Yeah,
you can only hope to contain him.
And that was the goal.
Move I would have made.
And if AD couldn't stop Jokic last year, who can? AD should have won the Defensive Player of the Year last year, even though he didn't play enough games. He still should have won. With NBA's new rules now, he can't. And I don't think he will. He won't even get close. He's going to play 50 games, and that's it. But, we'll see. LeBron's in now season 21, right? Which is insane. So. We always say LeBron's going to slow down, and last year he delivered 27, 9 and 8, something like that.
Yeah.
So
I think a big storyline for me this season is going to be if this is LeBron's last year, because now there's no guarantee that Bronny's even going to play basketball.
Well, he's projected to start at USC.
Is he?
Yeah, he's cleared. That was a freak act. It was like a freak event, apparently.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see what happens because obviously if he goes to the league, LeBron will stick around. But if he doesn't, I don't know what incentive. Like, if you're LeBron James, you'd love to win another ring, but I feel like you've done. Obviously he's done everything there is to do. And at a certain point, I feel like he definitely at this point has goals outside of basketball. And so I guess we'll just see what happens.
Who knows? Maybe he pulls an MJ, retires for a year, comes back, plays with his son, wins. Well, wins this time. MJ didn't do anything in Washington, as we know. LeBron has that Lakers team is set up for a title run, really, and I don't know what their projections were. I could find it real quick, but I know it was like projected. Here it is, Lakers 46 and 36. I think they go over. I think Lakers are, if they stay healthy, Lakers are a clear 2 or 3 seed behind the Suns and the Nuggets. But everything's predicated on health. That just goes true for everything. Don't be surprised that the Lakers make a finals run though. Lakers Celtics is my prediction for this finals. Ooh, we're gonna have a classic finals in 2024. And it's going to be glorious.
Yeah, I disagree.
That's fair.
I would love for that to happen. I have Celtics Nuggets.
I think the Celtics are, unless Jimmy Butler does a Jimmy Butler thing again, and absolutely.
Well, the thing with Miami is, correct me if I'm wrong, because I could totally be talking out of my ass with this, but I don't think I am. The Miami Heat were not that great last year. They weren't that talented of a team. They had the heart of warriors, to be certain, and Jimmy Butler in the playoffs turns into a different player. But they lost depth, they lost talent, and so I don't think Miami's going to be a serious player this year. And then the Bucks, I'm still not sold on the Lillard move.
Nope, I don't think that's going to work. Lillard cannot be a number 2 option, and exactly. He's the obvious number 2 now. It's just like I think it's going to be a James Harden thing now. Lillard plays a long time in one place. Harden played a long time in Houston, leaves, and he's going to start bouncing around because nothing's working.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, the Heat, they lost Vincent and Strus, right? Strus is in Cleveland and Vincent's in Los Angeles, I think. Yeah. So
And Vincent was the main reason that they beat the Celtics.
Should have won the conference finals MVP. Well, Derek White should have won, Spurs legend, but
I agree.
anyway, since I brought up Derek White, can we discuss real quick of why Derek White is a top 5 guard in basketball? I genuinely think this, and I hate feeding Celtics narrative, but he is borderline elite, in my opinion. He does everything right. He's the lunch pail guy. Go ahead.
I think that Derek White is one of those players that is jack of all trades, master of none, but he has no weakness. You know, maybe the only thing you could argue is consistency, but even then, when he was having those issues in San Antonio, those issues have clearly been resolved in Boston.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, maybe 5 is reaching, but I think you could definitely make a very solid argument for top 10. Especially now that he got rid of that terrible haircut.
Yeah, now he's bald, and when players go bald, they unlock a different beast.
They do.
You know what I'm saying? You sent me a photo about being a beast a minute ago. What is that?
I did.
What does that say? Oh, okay, never mind. Never mind. We'll keep that our little secret.
Put that beast in a situation.
He's going to be put in that situation. Expect Derek White to be that 3 option over Porzingis. I think Porzingis is now a 15 and 10 guy, as he should be.
On the morning of each Celtics game this season, I'm going to text you. It could be early. It could be mid-morning. But I'm going to text you, and it's going to say, expect Derek White.
Expect Derek White. I expect Derek White to average 18 and 7 at least.
Yeah, 23 and 8. I fear
23 and 8. That is a huge prediction. That won't happen. That's like a Jaylen Brown maybe.
But I do have a prediction for you.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I do have a Celtics prediction for you, and that is Drew Holiday will average a career high assist this year.
You know what? I completely forgot Drew Holiday was on the Celtics. I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah. Yeah, with the Celtics. So, geez, what is that starting 5? Is that White at the 1, Holiday at the 2, Brown 3, Tatum 4, Porzingis 5, Horford off the bench? Or do you Derek White as 6-man? Is Derek White 6-man of the year?
Both. Well, I don't know if I don't think he's gonna come off the bench enough to be 6-man of the year, unfortunately. But what Joe Mazzulla said is he's not married to any starting lineup, and he said don't expect there to be a dedicated starting 5. So we're probably going to see a lot of Porzingis at the 5, Porzingis at the 4. Maybe we get Horford starting some games. I think Horford's going to play even less than he did last year because last year they tried to save him for the playoffs, and that worked really well.
Yeah, and he's what?
Because he's old. He can't.
38 now?
He's upper 30s.
Yeah, so that's probably what will happen. They need to say Porzingis too, because Porzingis is known to kind of wear down as the season progresses. I think, ironically enough, the one player who I'm always confident will be around in April, May, June is Jason Tatum. He might be the most consistent in terms of health. So that's good. The Celtics have that one guy they can rely on. He was looking to win his first MVP this year. But we'll see. We'll see. What should we?
Just a kid from St. Louis.
He is just a kid from St. Louis. St. Louis represent. Oh yeah. So James Harden is still absent.
Yeah.
Do you have? What are your thoughts on his future with the 76ers?
Well, he's not going to play for them. I don't know what his contract looks like right now because I stopped paying as much attention to him after he left Houston. But I mean, what are their options here? No one wants to really trade for him. He was gonna, the Rockets were gonna take him back with open arms until he said he wanted to go win a scoring title again. And then Udoka ran for the hills. But no, it's kind of an impossible situation for both ends right now because they're not going to trade him. He probably has too expensive of a contract for them to realistically buy him out, and he's outright refusing to play for the Sixers. Honestly, the most likely scenario here, and this is still very unlikely, is that he relents and goes and plays for them this year, which I wouldn't want if I was a Sixers fan or any part of the Sixers organization, because that would be very toxic. And you're giving minutes to a guy over other people who actually want to be there. And I just feel like that would really disintegrate. I mean, the Sixers are already in a terrible spot. So that's a very good question. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, he's got a $36 million option that he's not going to, or that the team, I think, no, it's a player option, so he's not going to pick that up next year. He wants to be traded to the Clippers. That would be a big three. Nothing would happen from it, of course. And although I hope it happens sooner or later, because then I'll go watch the Clippers play in San Antonio. But besides that, yeah, and it's funny how we didn't even talk about the 76ers being in the conversation for title, obviously, because
they're really not.
Yeah, so I mean, Embiid can't play in the postseason. And obviously Harden. I mean, they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. They need to trade him, but like you said, no one wants to trade him. Not even the Clippers want him, and that's tough to do because the Clippers will take anyone. They took Pat Bev. They took Russell Westbrook, but they won't take James Harden. Yikes!
Hold on. They rejuvenated Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, but
I'm a big Russell Westbrook hater, but
for Russell Westbrook's standards, he's washed. And
oh yeah, without a doubt.
He's shooting career lows, and he's already not a very elite shooter. He can't jump like he used to. He's still quick, but when your game is reliant on dunking and solid defense, and you don't have that anymore.
Yeah,
we're seeing Derrick Rose. Except this is what Derrick Rose's career should have looked like. The same with Westbrook in terms of peak and fade, but Derrick Rose obviously
you're the biggest Derrick Rose hater right now.
Listen, he took an MVP away from Glorious King, and
oh god,
and
here we go. It's starting early.
It's. I have nothing against Derrick Rose. I have everything against his fans who act like Derrick Rose is still a top 10 guard in NBA history, even with like his 3 years of his prime, which were good. 2 years of his prime. Anyways, it was 3, but pre ACL injuries, and they act like this guy was at like Russell Westbrook level good in his career, which is not true, obviously. Mm-hmm. So it's just once again, Derrick Rose, great guy. I have nothing against him. I'm looking forward to seeing him play in Memphis. Him and Ja Morant complement each other, and I think Derrick Rose is the starting. Or no, Marcus Smart's the starting guard right now. Yeah, that's a tough one. Tough one for Celtics fans. But anyways, nothing against you, Derrick Rose. It has everything against your fan base. They suck. It's like Taylor Swift fans. I genuinely don't like mind Taylor Swift. Her fans suck. So,
well, I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to ruffle any of the Swiftie feathers, but I will say that's an amazing TYB headline coming out of today. Derrick Rose, great guy.
Should that be our title? That won't get clicks, but I like it. Won't. I like it. All right, Ryan.
Put Taylor Swift in the title. I guarantee you, this is our most viewed episode of all time.
All right, we'll talk about her in NFL as well. We'll get Taylor Swift down. NFL coming up soon. After college football and after this. Ryan, let's play a little game. You like games?
Uh-oh. I'm okay with games.
Yeah, it's going to be a little trivia, okay? So here we go.
All right, hit me with it.
You might have seen this, so you might have the edge here. But StatMuse, about a week ago, came out with a fun and interesting stat. Most wins by decade. And I'm gonna give
Ooh.
you 1960s because you should know that Bill Russell leads. I'm gonna give you 1970s and the 80s because those are tough ones. I want you to get 90s through 2000s for most wins by decade by player. 70s is Paul Silas, all right, and then the 80s is Michael Cooper. Ironically enough, you'd think it'd be Magic or Bird. It was not.
Interesting.
So there are two players in 1990, one in the 2000s, one in the 10s, and one in the 20s. Go ahead, start with the 90s. Who do you think are the two players with the most wins in the 1990s?
Is Michael Jordan one of them?
No, because Michael Jordan did not play in 94, 95. This is regular season. All right.
Yeah. Can you give me the team?
It was
can I guess
the
the
first
team?
They both played in a lot of finals against each other. Michael Jordan was involved. I think that should give it right there.
Here's where we're gonna go. Scotty.
Yep.
And Karl Malone.
Yep. Boom. Right on the head.
There
And we'll
we
have
go.
this graphic in the corner. I'll put it by me while we're doing this. Don't worry. Don't worry, guys. If you're watching the podcast, which you should be on YouTube and Spotify, then you will see this graphic as well.
I'm kind of dreading 2000s. I don't.
Go ahead. 2000s is next.
Is it one or two players?
It's one player. It should be fairly obvious. You'll get a hint in a minute.
Okay, I have two guesses.
Go with your first, because I know your first guess.
My first guess is it Kobe?
No. So your second guess would be?
LeBron?
No. LeBron started in
What
03.
am I?
He lived within a 50-mile radius of you.
Oh, Tim Duncan.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
Winningest player.
I wasn't even thinking.
One of the winningest players in NBA history. Tim Duncan, Spurs legend, obviously. 2010s is... Go ahead.
Steph Curry.
No, dude.
LeBron James.
There you go. I was like, who went to 8 straight finals? We always forget about 2011 to 2014.
And we shouldn't. I guess my head was I was thinking that the Warriors won so many games, like 4 years in a row, that I was like, maybe. But yeah.
The Cavs were there too, though. The Cavs were 61 teams dominating the Eastern Conference. LeBronto was a thing.
Yep. We always forget about that because the Warriors, obviously, like the 73 win season and all that stuff, but the Cavs always had insane wins.
Yep. Dominated Boston and Toronto in the playoffs. That needs to be studied. LeBron, not like, Boston, one thing. LeBronto needs to be studied. That is just, might be one of the most. We were talking earlier about how Adolis Garcia, congrats to the Rangers, by the way, has a personal vendetta against Houston. LeBron has a personal vendetta against Toronto, and it's absurd.
Yeah, it's like, dude, what did Toronto do to you?
It's
Nothing.
Exactly. They're just our friendly neighbors north. Friendly. All right, moving on. 2020s. If you haven't seen the graphic, you're not going to get this one. But go ahead and guess. I'll give you 2 guesses. I'll give you 2 guesses and then a hint.
Graphic.
Yeah, I'll give you 2 guesses then a hint.
Okay, what year is it?
2020 to 2023.
Okay.
This is the 2020s win leader.
Is it East? Can you give me Eastern or Western?
Eastern Conference. It's
it's Jason Tatum.
No, it's not.
It will be.
It definitely could be. It's probably going to be Nikola Jokic or Luka Doncic when it's all said and done. But
that's fair. Shoot, I have no idea who this could be.
I'll give you a hint.
Is it someone I would expect?
No. And then I'll give you this one as well. It's on the Celtics' new rival in the East, not the Heat. Your other rival.
Oh, is it Giannis?
No. Are the Bucks Celtics rivals?
No, but I feel like I always have tough.
He's a
Jimmy Butler?
76er. He's a 76er.
Oh, Embiid?
No,
I already said that.
it is. One more chance, and then I'll.
Just give it to me.
Iowa State legend Georges Niang is the win leader in the 2020s. Why is he?
How? What teams was he on?
I'm actually looking that up right now because I actually didn't have that. He was on he's on Cleveland now. Iowa State legend though, isn't that crazy? He was with Utah in 2020 and 2021 when they were a playoff team. And then he was with Philadelphia for the last 2 seasons, playing over 200 games. Ironically enough, I didn't even think Utah and Philadelphia as a collective group were that good for the last 4 years. But, here we are. So Georges Niang, Iowa State legend, 2nd round draft pick in 2016.
Massachusetts native.
Did you just look that up? Or you know that?
Yeah, I just looked it up.
I'm about to say, some weird Massachusetts trivia, so I wouldn't put that past you. But
no, I even my knowledge did not include Georges Niang.
Yeah, so all right. Anyways, there's our little trivia. Thoughts? Any more thoughts? All right, cool. Let's move on.
That's weird.
All right. So let's move on. We have a lot to talk about with college football and not a lot of time. So let's hop into this. First off, what are your week 8 thoughts? We're kind of seeing a regression from Texas, which is concerning for a lot of fans. Ryan, go ahead and share your opinion on where Texas is at right now.
Well, the defense looks like it's been kind of shell-shocked after Oklahoma for whatever reason. They just have forgotten who they are. I know they're dealing with injuries, especially in the secondary, but that's still no excuse to be performing like they are. Additionally, play calling has been an issue.
Yep.
And did you know, I saw this stat the other day, no team has ever even gone to the national championship when their head coach is calling the offensive plays. And Sark's calling the plays.
That's really a thing. I didn't know that. Well,
yeah.
I mean, there could be the first for everything. But also, was this team... I mean, I guess it was expected to make it really deep in the postseason.
I feel like this team, if we looked at it realistically, this team should have been get to the Big 12 championship, hopefully win it. I feel like that was the goal of this team. And then next year, we're looking at the big year. But I think we're on or ahead of schedule still. The Quinn Ewers injury hurts, but I'm also very excited to see what Malik Murphy brings. And maybe if he sucks, we get to see Arch, which I hope we don't have to see Arch yet.
Yeah, you don't want to burn that red shirt.
But Malik, I mean, I don't know. If you watch his high school film, obviously the entire team loves him. They're rallying around him. He's a lot more athletic than Quinn.
Oh yeah.
And maybe with Quinn being out, we see a lot of the players step up, play extra hard, do that thing. Be interested to see how they run the offense through Malik now, whether he's going to be running a lot, we're going to be running a lot more. I think that we're going to see a lot more deep balls because of his insane arm talent. And also, he throws the ball the fastest I've ever seen anyone throw, college or NFL. It's crazy. That ball is a space shuttle.
You want to compare it to Aaron Rodgers' arm? Is it comparable to
that?
Did
you see when he came into the game against Houston?
No, I did not watch that Houston game. I was busy, unfortunately.
He was throwing missiles.
All right. That's something.
The ball was too fast. The ball was too fast for A.D. Mitchell to get to.
Is it a Michael Vick talent?
Oh, I've never seen him run at the college. He's never run at the college level.
All right.
It's different.
Yeah, well, anyways, Malik Murphy, that'll be something to see. And Sark has always favored more run a more run favored type of quarterback, more dual threat.
Yeah.
With
And Quinn kind of has changed it up a little bit this year where he was
he
able
has
to
been.
run here and there, but he's not a scrambler. He's never been a scrambler.
No. But we'll see. Texas got who do they got next week?
BYU.
Ooh, good thing it's not in Provo because that would be an issue.
Yeah. BYU and then
problem.
K-State both at home. Yeah. That would be a situation.
Yeah, so yeah, Texas not out of it, but definitely have an uphill battle. So looking forward to see how the bowl eligible Longhorns do. 6-1 now. They're going bowling. Hopefully not the Alamo Bowl for the 50th time.
Yeah, Texas Bowl, baby.
Yeah, well, there is a Texas Bowl too, which they've been to recently. Anyways, once again, Michigan's the best team in the country. The absolute blowout at Michigan State. There's really not much to talk about there. McCarthy's good, and he's living up to what I thought he would be. So, and honestly, he should be considered in the Heisman now if he wasn't before. But I want to talk about. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I think he's definitely up there, but I think for me at least, Jaden Daniels is the front runner right now.
Yeah, I think that's a safe bet. But Penix's still there, but Penix had a really bad game against a really bad team, which might have crushed his hopes for Heisman. But I mean, if he can stick with it all the way to the Pac-12 championship game, he can definitely redeem himself. But a 15-7 win against 1-6 Arizona State is just at home is just miserable. Washington did not impress me. They should have moved down in the rankings. They're lucky they didn't. Probably because we had it's just because Penn State lost, really. So
yeah.
But that's what I wanted to talk about. Penn State Ohio State game, defensive masterclass on both sides. That was a fun game to watch. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it was. I think Ohio State finally got the win that I've been looking for in order to believe them as legit. I think that they still have a weakness at quarterback, but they have the weapons around him to make him look a lot better than I think he is. And that defense is legit. I think Penn State's still a good team, obviously, but I also know for certain now that they have hit their ceiling with James Franklin. And James Franklin will never take them to that next level.
No, which is a shame because everyone was expecting them to be title favorites, and they're not obvious. They have no shot at winning the Big Ten East now because you got Michigan and Ohio State obviously clogging that one up. So no championship game yet again. When was the last time they were even in a Big Ten championship game, if ever? I can't remember.
I can't recall.
It's been a long, long time if they have been. It's definitely before I started watching, but it's just been Michigan, Ohio State. So obviously that game's coming up soon, but not yet. That'll be a fun one. I also want to talk about, because you're right. Last week we talked about Florida State and Duke. It was either going to be a blowout or super close. It was a blowout. And it was, ironically enough, it was super close for 3 quarters. And then Jordan Travis decided he wanted to play football and absolutely dominated in the 4th quarter.
Yeah. I got you.
My bad. I thought
I told you. Oh, it's okay. No, I told you what was going to happen, and it happened. Duke. I mean, I still think Duke has nothing to hang their heads about. They played hard. They gave up at the end. I think that really boiled down to Florida State obviously had more talent, more depth, and it was just a matter of time, to be honest. I think that they were going to win either way. Jordan Travis is really good. What's his name? Keon Coleman is very good as well. And, I don't know. I think that was, looking back, pretty much a no-brainer.
Yeah, I thought Duke was gonna. Well, they had it close, but it came down to, obviously, like you said, depth, better coaching as well. Adjustments were made, and I mean, obviously the 3rd quarter was a stalemate, but adjustments were made in the 4th quarter, and they ended up just dominating. So that was Florida State's best win so far against a Duke team who's probably going to win 9 games, 9-3. Yeah. I think safe for Duke.
It's not a bad team.
Yeah, so good win for Florida State. They finally proved, at least to me, I know they proved to you that they belong in the top 5 because there's a lot of games where it's like this team kind of is just coasting. But good for them. I'm looking around. Alabama dominated Tennessee. Tennessee's not good. The fake UT is not good at football this year at least.
How about Oklahoma? Nail biter 2-point victory against UCF at home.
At home, yeah. I mean, I texted you this. The Big 12 is so balanced. You're gonna have those teams that are sub 500 competing with the top 5, but with Texas, and this could be a BYU Texas thing next week. OU escaped their trap game on Saturday. OU still has one trap game left, which is Oklahoma State coming up, but they also got to travel to Lawrence, Kansas this weekend against a Kansas team with a healthy quarterback. So
that would be interesting.
Upset watch in Kansas, just like I think last year Kansas beat OU, and that was a good watch.
Yeah, that was one of the teams.
Yeah. So, I mean, a win's a win at this stage right now with rankings not moving really much. A win's a win. And UCF is not they're not a good team, but I mean, it's still a Power 5 and in a decent conference. It's early, man. It's early. It's 8:00. Decent conference.
Yeah, and I already talked to. I already informed the girlfriend that Saturday I would be watching football all day because it is a big week, a lot of pretty exciting matchups, and college football playoff rankings come out next Tuesday.
Yes, so this is something we should definitely be watching. Ryan, if you might not have it in front of you, but what's your top 5 for what the college football playoff should look like?
My top 5: Michigan, Ohio State.
2. All right. Big 10.
Florida State.
All right.
Georgia.
Okay. And then the outlier, who's 5?
5 is going to be... If you asked me Friday, it would have been Washington.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Oklahoma because I can't argue against them.
I mean, I would say Texas is still 5 because, and this is like coping, I guess, but Texas shouldn't have lost that game in Dallas. They're not going to lose again in Dallas to OU.
Texas played their worst game of the season.
Yeah, and they almost won. And Texas has a higher chance of winning out. We saw that with UCF almost beating OU, and OU still got to play Kansas and Oklahoma State away. I mean, the odds of them winning both those games are pretty low unless Dylan Gabriel is him, which I'm not sold on him. He played a great game. Like you said, they played their best game against Texas. I still think Texas they have a better chance of making the playoff than OU does, for sure. And they're not losing to OU twice in the same season. That hasn't happened. Texas and OU have not beat each other twice in the same season since what, like 08, like 05, things like that. Yeah. So a long time. So, I mean, it's just, I think Texas is my 5 team, but I like your top 5. I think Georgia still deserves 3 over Florida State, but I understand where you're coming from because Florida State had a good win.
Yeah, they did. And, I hate Georgia. And also, I mean, two things. I mean, I don't believe in Georgia's quarterback, Carson Beck. And I also, you got to take into account that Bowers is out for the year.
Or at least until the championship game.
Yeah. Out for the regular season.
Yeah, no, that's fair to rank them based off that. But I don't know. It's hard for me to put an ACC team in the top 3 in this day and age. Yeah. It's just, it hurts.
Well, that is fair as well. That is fair.
So,
how about North Carolina? How about North Carolina losing to lowly Virginia after Mac Brown was talking all week about rat poison?
It is absolutely devastating. And North Carolina actually had a chance if they were to win out and beat FSU. But that's gone. And I mean, losing the 2-5 Virginia's tough. There's no way around it. It's like it's almost as bad as barely beating 1-6 Arizona State, but at least you won the game as Washington. Heart goes out to Ashton, friend of the show, UNC student. Tough week for him, man. He's also a Packers fan. Just an absolute rough week. And that's a good segue. You want to talk about the Packers? What did you? I mean, Packers suck.
PJ Locke, Longhorn legend.
Yeah, hell of a game.
Jordan Love is not. Jordan Love is not.
Is that an overreaction?
No, it's not. I mean, I know a lot of people are gonna say, give him a full season. Let's see what happens. Aaron Rodgers won 6 games in his first year. You know, you never know. I think that you can tell. I think you can tell he's been in the league for a few years now developing. It's not like he's a rookie. This is his first time playing meaningful time, sure. But you look at his decision making, you look at his talent on the field, you look at the way the players respond to him. It's just not there. And I have serious questions about his arm talent and his decision making.
Yeah, it's his decision making for sure. That horrible pick in the double coverage which lost the game.
You can't throw that ball.
No, and he made Russell Wilson look like the best quarterback on the field, which is tough to do. Yeah, I guess it's not an overreaction, but Packers fans, sorry. It's just tough.
Back to the drawing board.
Yep, and maybe, I mean, it's not too early to tank. Caleb Williams might, I know do you want to deal with ownership and all that stuff? Then Caleb Williams is your guy. If not, go look for the second best quarterback in the draft. I don't know. It's tough to say. I think you got to give him a little more time, but I wouldn't be upset if they had started looking for other options.
No, and I'm obviously not trying to prey on Jordan Love's downfall.
Yeah.
But, just that's my take on it.
Yeah, and that's fair. Especially after that game, it was like, man, I'm not impressed about anything about his game. But so we'll see. Another person I'm not impressed about, Justin Fields, but he was out. But you know who really played well was I don't even know what college he went to. Shepherd College legend Tyson Bagnet, who, if you saw that graphic earlier in the week, he was sacked like 9 times by Colorado School of Mines about a year ago, and now he's beating the Raiders. So
he's winning football games.
I mean, and Donta Foreman had a lot to do with that. Absolutely piecing up their defense. Hell of a game, Longhorn legend. But yeah, I mean, it was Justin Fields might be on watch now, because if I'm a Bears fan, I would rather see Bagnet run that offense than Fields at this point.
Yeah, I want to see the white guy with the arm sleeve that's slinging that thing into the backfield, winning football games against. I mean, the Raiders' defense is good. If I'm a quarterback, especially as my first start, and I'm staring down Max Crosby, who's coming to kill me, I don't. Even if I had all the talent in the world, I don't know if I'd play well.
Yeah, I mean it's intimidating for sure. But he played well. He made a lot of good decisions. Yeah. I actually don't know his completion percentage, but he didn't throw for many yards. But he made the plays when they mattered most, and that's all you can ask for in the NFL. So yeah, congrats to Bagnet on a great first career start. Bears now move to 2-5. They're tanking. Bears can't even tank right, so good for them, I guess.
You know who else moved to 2-5 on the year?
Go ahead, Ryan. Let's hear it. Fluke.
Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations. We made it. It's Victory Monday in New England. The Patriots knock off the Bills. Defense looked good. Jabril Peppers is the best strong safety in the league, even though he's playing free safety for us, but that's okay. Mac Jones remembered how to play football. First week with a healthy offensive line. Ezekiel Elliott. He's not hungry anymore. That's 2 weeks in a row that he's eaten. It's awesome.
Are you
And,
considering 2.8 yards per carry eating?
Hey, he scored this week and last week. He's eating. Or he's well
All
fed.
right, that's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Ramondre, rest in peace. It was fun. Last year, they can never take last year away from you, Ramondre. Kendrick Bourne is good.
Yes.
I hope we hold
Yes,
on to
he
him
is.
now. He is a good wide receiver. I was thinking that maybe if we lost today, we'd probably trade him because he would definitely help a contender a lot. I still love Hunter Henry. Mike Gesicki with the game-winning touchdown on National Tight End Day. Happy National
Dolphins.
Tight End Day, Will.
Thank you, bro. Dolphins legend Mike Gesicki. I want to go back to, you said rest in peace Ramondre. Ramondre didn't have a bad game. Yeah, on the ground he wasn't very effective, but he also had 6 receptions for 51 yards. So I mean, you're getting to the 80s for all purpose. I mean,
That's true.
he's a good
But-
he's a good receiving back, and that's what you need in that type of offense. Little checkdowns and all that stuff.
Yeah, but where's my 1,000-yard rusher from a year ago?
Yeah, I mean, we all knew that was a fluke. It's just like the Patriots
I didn't
making
think it was a
the postseason and Mac Jones. Was it? Yeah, in his first
That
season.
was 2 years ago. Yeah, when he was
Yeah,
Mac
Fluke.
Jones, rookie Pro Bowler.
Yeah, fluke. But
Dude,
I'm just saying, fluke. And this is the first game in a long time where Mac Jones is clearly the better quarterback against arguably a top 3 quarterback in football. But Josh Allen is known for not showing up in division games. So this isn't really surprising, really. I mean, I saw the score and I was like, all right, whatever, and I moved on. But I'm glad you had a good weekend. Rams got shafted by the refs, as they always do. Just kidding. We usually get the refs on our
push that
side.
narrative, baby.
Yeah.
Press that thing.
Sorry, Saints fans, but that still stings them. But one thing, and this was a tough one for us because we've been so high on the Lions, and just an absolute disaster.
I mean, the Ravens are the best team in the NFL.
Really?
Yeah, I'm telling you that right now. They're the best team in the NFL. The Lions are going to be fine. The Lions are going to, they're going to win. They're going to go 12-5, 13-4. Probably. I mean, I predicted them to the NFC Championship. I still think that's definitely a possibility. But they'll at least, at minimum, they'll win a lot of games. Probably win a playoff game or two. I think they're going to be fine.
All right. Yeah, and I think they're gonna be fine too, but it's tough to lose a game that bad. You said Ravens are the best team in football. That's fair. Also, Lamar Jackson might be in line for his second MVP.
He's back.
And he didn't
Our
really
favorite running
leave.
back.
I don't the running back who could throw a 60-yard dot. Isn't that crazy?
It's so funny when people are like, "Oh, he's just a running back." Have you watched him play?
Yeah, I mean, this is his first season with a completion percentage over 70%. He's absolutely piecing defenses, making the right play. So first time his rating's been over 100, but even in his MVP season, his rating was 87. He's on pace to go way over his career high for yards. So we'll see. But right now, I mean, he's my front runner for MVP. They're not Super Bowl material personally. I still have. I mean, coming out of the AFC, I still have to have the Chiefs. You never bet against Patrick Mahomes.
You can't, especially in the postseason. And this Ravens team and Lamar have proven to us that they can't really make much noise in the playoffs.
Yeah. So we'll see where they go from here. It could be a Ravens Chiefs championship game though. That would be fun. That would be something to see.
That would be a lot of fun.
Obviously, I still think the best team in football is the Eagles. They played well yet again against Miami, and the Niners didn't play well, so they dropped down to probably 3 on my. They probably 4 because Brock Purdy is. It's time to start worrying. If I'm a Niners fan, Brock Purdy is finally showing us
That
why
he's
he
not
was
good.
drafted last. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know.
if
I
you
mean,
watched last night's game, he made 3 boneheaded throws. One of them, he's lucky didn't cost him a turnover. It should have been on that when he was getting sacked. As he's falling, he just threw it sideways. Just a horrible choice. So, and he's made a lot of those recently. I thought you had something to say. I'm sorry. Anyways, they've lost their last 2 against a good Browns team. Vikings have been in every game they played, so it's about time
they have life. They've been winning some games to keep them in the race now, which is good because the Vikings are a good team.
And as I predicted, Jordan Addison's the best rookie that came out of that draft last year, besides Bijan.
Yeah. Well,
but the Falcons. Yeah, I mean, apparently he was sick, and Arthur Smith is just a moron. So,
we knew Arthur Smith was a moron, but
free Pitts and Bijan.
There's something weird though. It's like, did you see Bijan's interview after the game?
No, I didn't. Enlighten me.
It was essentially he was like, you know how Bijan is in interviews. He's smiling and he's like kind of not really giving answers because he's good and he understands. But he was basically like, he just said, I had a headache, and then, Coach Smith was like, better not then. And he was like, all right, I got a headache. It was weird.
Scripted. Weird. But the NFL is scripted, because if the NFL wasn't scripted, then why would Taylor Swift be on every single headline for the last 3 weeks? And you know what? The Chiefs have played well since Taylor Swift has entered the limelight. Good for Travis Kelce for making her famous, like Kanye West did.
Did we get to the
long
point?
Time ago.
Have you seen if you could find the stat or if you could find the graphic, pull it up. But have you seen the comparison for Travis Kelce when Taylor Swift is in attendance versus when she's not in attendance? Because it's pretty right staggering. Now, we need
CBS.
The Chiefs need to get her to every game.
So here's the CBS, and this will go on I'll put it on the screen right now. With Taylor Swift in attendance, Kelce is averaging 99 reception yards a game. That's pretty good. And he had 143 plus last week. And the graphic says left to his own devices, which I think is just hilarious. 46 and a half. Oh, here's my roommate. 46 and a half yards a game. So
get her season tickets. Get her on.
Yeah. What's that? No, go ahead.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, make sure you're recording. We'll just do a little recording check right now. I'd be absolutely devastated.
No, I am, but my headphones connected to my phone.
Oh, all right.
All right, there we go. That's better.
We're back.
Anywho,
like Texas. Except Texas is Texas back. Anyways, that's a different topic. Yeah, go ahead with the with what you're gonna say about Kelce and T Swift.
Oh yeah, get her to every game. Get her season tickets. Get her own box. Just make sure she's there.
You don't think she has enough? She does. Do you think she's poor? Like, what are we?
No, not at all. I know she's not. I'm familiar with her net worth, but I'm also familiar with your net worth,
which is at this point
get a job,
approaching the negatives. All right, well, that's kind of mean. Get a job. Is your girlfriend? Is she a T Swiftie? Is she a Swiftie?
Yeah.
Yikes. I don't like the hesitation. Yeah. I'm going to have a conversation with her.
Well, you can, but she is, but it's not like, you know how some are like
cultish.
Like
yeah.
Extremist. She's not an extremist, but she is a Swiftie. We'll say that.
That's fair.
We'll say that.
Did you see that one video? This is it's still on topic, but it's not in sports. With the Taylor Swift movie that came out. I'll find the video.
I didn't see the video. I know the movie.
It's like 20. There's like 20 girls at the front of the theater dancing in a circle, singing one of her songs as the movie's playing. Very cultish, very horrifying. Ruined my day, really. I mean, it's just
terrible.
It's that day ruined. My day was ruined, and I'll play the video, but just a tough scene out here in America. Like, what are we doing? What are we feeding the youth? As a youth, what are we feeding us, man? I mean, this is just
mac and cheese.
Is that what it is? I heard that mac and cheese does things, but I won't dabble in that conversation. This is not the Joe Rogan podcast. This is the Thank You Bro podcast. So we're Taylor Swift. That's right. I don't know how we got the mac and cheese, but you know, it's something. So go T Swift. Travis Kelce, thank you for bringing T Swift back on the map, as you always deliver, and always will deliver popular for us.
Yeah, that's a good take. That
is a good take. I think so. Ryan, you have any closing thoughts? We're getting close to an hour, so I think we should just wrap this up. Any thoughts?
Closing thoughts? Look out for the Pats to go 12-5.
All right. Well, I'm going to cut you off there. You don't deserve a platform.
Now, hold on. We're happy the NBA season is back. Yes. Celtics tomorrow. Spurs today?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay.
It's still up in the air if I'm going, which is why I wanted to record last night / this morning, because I might be gone.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Well, safe travels if you do. But big.
Thank you, bro.
Big day for us tomorrow. Bruins are 5-0 if you're keeping track.
I mean,
but we don't need to talk hockey yet.
Yeah, we need to wait, and I need to watch a little more. I watched a few Blues games, but I need to actually watch different games instead of just the Blues. And the Blues are, you need to
watch. You need to watch the LeBron James of the NHL.
Yeah, what's his
Connor Bedard.
Bedard, yeah, thank you. That was good.
We were watching the Bruins game, and he scored his first career goal. And they immediately after they put up a stat that said chasing greatness, and it showed Bedard 1 goal, and it showed Gretzky 800 whatever. It had to have been to be funny, but it was awesome.
That's funny. I'll find that. We'll put the graphic up. I got less than an hour to edit this before class, so joy.
Oh, then all right, we'll cut the episode here then.
Yeah, but that's fun. And
you have any final
I'm looking
thoughts?
forward to the NBA as well. Wemby, of course. I mean, generational talent, and he played well in the the preseason. It's early. Played a lot better than I thought he was, because the summer league kind of had me nervous. I was like, uh-oh. But then absolutely balled out in his limited minutes in the preseason against NBA talent. So, yep. I mean, that game against the Warriors, I hope that's an indication for the future, because that was an insane game. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. We're watching basketball tonight. Huge LeBron fan, as everyone knows. Go Lakers for the time being until LeBron leaves. I'll never say go Lakers again, so enjoy it. And it's just because the Spurs been bad, man. There's been no one to watch, so... But they're not bad anymore. There's hope. Celtics, obviously, best team in the league. Nuggets close too. So, but since you opened us, Ryan, I'll close us. I haven't closed in a while. I'm hoping to do this right, because you do it a lot better than I do. But ladies and gentlemen, and you're already interrupting me. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 11. Can you believe that? 11. Of the Thank You Bro podcast. Thank you for all the support. We're getting close to, I know it sounds small, but 20 followers, and we're averaging 15 to 20 views an episode now, which is huge in such a short time. YouTube channel at Thank You Bro on YouTube is doing well. We appreciate the love and support that y'all are bringing us. I mean, it's great. And continue to follow us on our platforms. Go to our Instagram at Thank You Bro Pod. Besides that, I'm just, my heart is full with the support that we're getting, and so I'm really appreciative. This takes a lot of hard work and effort from both of us. So that being said, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to our social medias at Thank You Bro and Thank You Bro Pod. There's a new link. It's called Hoobie or whatever. I don't know. It has all our links on it. Click that. It'll be in the description below. But with that being said, I've been your host, Will Glover, along with Ryan Galloway, and we will see y'all for week 12 next week. Take care.